Well, folks, it's race day and the points championship is heating up. You know, after a horrible start, the golden boy, Burt Myers, has turned things around.
I guess if they're not talking about you, you're not doing anything right.
Now, we all know Tim knows how to run with the lead, but his comfort zone is eroding pretty fast. Burt is right on his back bumper and looking for a chance to pass him on the backstretch for the points championship. Will the pressure get to the rocket? Can Burt Myers keep up his winning ways? Or will the upstart rookie, Jonathan Brown, find a way to pass them both?
Tonight in qualifying, the front row has 10 track titles between them. Seven-time champ Tim Brown capturing the pole, three-time title holder Burt Myers occupying the second spot on the outside. And with Burt lagging behind Tim in the points race tonight, it promises to be a battle royal at Bowman Gray.
We set that blue 83 car on the pole tonight. The one car, he qualified right beside of us, so it'll be pretty interesting, I'm sure.
Tonight, Tim is starting on the pole, and I'm starting second. Typically, when you start second in the race, you want to play it safe and try to get in line and pass the guy for the lead whenever you can.
On the other hand, I'm not the type to usually lay up. So when I hit that green flag, anybody that knows me knows I'm probably going to go for it. I ain't going to try to jump you, but you better not jump me either.
Oh, I ain't gonna jump you.
You can't even look at me and say that.
I ain't gonna jump you. You better not jump me, though.
Hell, I can't do it.
I've known Burt basically my whole life. We used to be really, really close friends. And as we got to be the two hot dogs at the racetrack, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that just, you know, it's hard on friendships like that.
Me and you are better than that, you know what I mean? Like, we can race without having to...
There's something for him to holler about.
Yeah. I still respect him. He's a great race car driver. And, I mean, it is what it is.
I assume with Tim, it'll be a good, clean, even start. He's probably going to run me clean, but run me hard, and hopefully I can overcome starting on the outside. Hard. Don't go behind me.
He might try to run you out.
I don't think he'll run me out. He's going to try to win.
Trying to win, that's right.
Supposed to be trying to win the race.
Tim is probably going to try to play really safe from here on out to try to protect that lead.
Hey, man, let's go win this thing.
Hey, let's do it.
But I don't have anything to lose. I've got everything to gain. So we're shooting for it.
Gentlemen, start your engine. Starting 13 from Mount Airy, number 13, Chris Fleming. Starting 9 from the Twin City, number 53, is Jonathan Brown.
Yeah, we're 9. We'll be all right. Let's see what happens.
I'm out here on the track, not a very good motor, not very good shocks, not the best money can buy. So I have to come up with my own ideas and ways to make my car faster.
Starting 6th, outside row number 3, the 6-time Formula Insurance Modifying Champion from Danbury, number 69, Junior Miller.
We hadn't won a race in about a month now. I'm tired of losing, and we're going to put this thing back in victory lane before the year's out.
And now starting 2nd on the outside, it's Burt Myers.
Let's go get him, pal. You got it.
Picking up his 3rd pole in 2009, number 83, it's Tim Brown.
You're the man here, Tim. You dictate the start here, buddy. 10-4.
Who's going to win that drag race? Going to the South Turn.
All right, be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Where, man?
Burt Myers into the fence. I told you that was going to be a drag race to the South Turn.
He just running there on me, guys. Think that's something?
I had him by maybe a quarter of a car length, and he overshot the corner, ran into me, and turned me sideways, and I got out into the fence. I had to go to the rear of the field.
Did it hurt the car, Tim? The car's fine. Proud of you. Good job.
The ironic thing to this story is before the race, Tim said, Burt, you know, we don't have to race each other like that. We're too good.
He ran all over you, did he? Yeah, he hit me and knocked me out to the wall. He'll pay for that. It'll all come out in the wash. I beat the motor down. I killed the motor.
The motor we've got is a bunch of stuff that a couple teams threw away, and we kind of pieced together to have me a motor. You know, we don't have the resources teams like Tim's got.
Let's just get all we can get here. We're going to need it, you know.
Right now, I feel like I'm really having to drive the car to the limit every lap where they're saving tires, and I'm having to abuse mine. You know, that's hurting me pretty bad.
No pressure from behind, Tim. No pressure from
tries to keep his nose clean. He tries not to make any enemies. But he bonsais me and knocks me out. I'm going to give it right back to him.
Not home, buddy. Driving not home.
Tim Brown's going to have a reality check.
Win number 5 of 2009 for Tim Brown.
Did a hell of a job keeping your composure. That's what won the championship. Good job.
Tim picks up his 50th career win here at Bowman Gray Stadium. There he goes on the victory lap, but he's not alone.
Here comes Bert. Poetic justice, boys. I'll break his leg. You son of a bitch. Tim Brown can't win for losing, Jimmy.
Tim picks up his 50th career win here at Bowman Gray Stadium. 4th in all-time feature wins here at the famed quarter mile. And first of all, congratulations. Tell us about the drag race to the South Turn.
That's the deal right there. I know all you Burt Myers fans are unhappy, but I'm just telling you that right there was racing. I ain't never turned any of them. Is everybody clean? I did run into him down there, but I didn't mean to. Still want to get up there? At first got him. Hold on. Hold on. Shut up. I tell you, if he wants somebody, come get it.
Did he call me out?
I tell you what, if he wants them, I'll stomp his damn ass right here.
He don't want none of that.
I tell you what, if he wants them, I'll stomp his damn ass right here. We have some Burt Myers fans down there, you know, threatening to whoop me and running their mouth and this, that, and other. And you can only take so much before you snap, and I snapped. You know, enough's enough.
He said if Bert wants to, he can come out here right now and I'll beat his ass.
He said that way out there.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that.
He talks awful big standing out there on the racetrack. Somewhere down the line, he'll wish he hadn't run me out like that.
If it was the other way around, y'all just be cheering Burt. Sorry for it. Whatever.
Tim, come on over to the winner's circle to pick up your trophy.
Burt Myers is one of my most fierce competitors. Burt grew up at the racetrack, and I grew up at the racetrack. We used to be really, really close friends.
For the 7th-time defending champion and the current points leader, the Rocket from Cana, Virginia, Tim Brown.
He was telling me before the race about how me and him were better than that we didn't have to jump each other. Apparently he thought he had to run into me to beat me, so. Good friend told me one time, actions speak louder than words, so I'll let my actions do the talking.
Man, how y'all gonna let his family up, friends up there?
I don't know what it's about. He just called and told me to tell you he will speak to you after the race.
Tim's got to let people quit playing those mind games with him. You'd think a man that's won 6 or 7 championships will let all that stuff go, but maybe he's a little bit like me. He's short-tempered.
They get me pissed off out there, calling me a piece of and all that. And then you let I don't know. You let the one car come back there and hit me after the race.
Tim don't like to be taunted. Neither do I. I mean, he's got to go on about his business. He'd have been a whole lot better off long ago. Just forget about it.
What did he say? I got to go see Gray after this race. Gray told me if I ever cussed on intercom again, he's going to dock me 100 points.
Tim's a crybaby, you know. You know, a lot of the tracks we go to, you might worry about, you know, wrecking somebody on purpose or spinning them out on purpose or, you know, getting even on the track. Bowman Gray, you know, half the fans come for the race and the other half come for the race and the fight.
They're probably going to fine us 100 points.
Why?
For telling him I'll whoop his ass on the PA.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
Tim wins the race and he gets out and starts, you know, shouting all these profanities and all these things. And he's been warned before. Last year we had the same problem. He did do some profanity and he wanted to come out and he did apologize to the crowd. But, you know, sometimes when you say things, it's a little late to take it back after everybody's heard it. My thoughts is if we are, we're going to talk about it. NASCAR about it. And, We'll address it this week. We'll see what happens, and if there's some penalties, they'll probably come out Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. But we're going to talk about it and get different sides of the story, and let everybody review what happened. So we'll be back to
yeah, but your side of the story is different than my side of the story. You gonna tell them the Bert hit me after the race? Did you see that? No, I didn't see that.
Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, it's not. That was a result.
That has to be discussed too.
It's all about.
That's not what we're talking
also,
about.
he's
probably not going to be happy with anything that goes on because he wins a race and he's not happy. So we'll see what happens.
He ain't gonna be able to get out. Y'all get over here.
All right, tonight's bad enough. The best thing that you can do is to bite your tongue, load your stuff, and get the hell out of there. So that's what I've done.
He's coming back.
You know, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. I just wanted to get out of there.
What happened? What happened?
Moved up New Jersey Bear about 4 feet on the other side of your trailer.
Did you see that? Tim Brown's trailer hit the bleachers and the concrete barrier going out of the racetrack just now.
You ran over the bleachers. Well, we tried to do it, man. We tried to do it. I don't know what they told us.
He went berserk, and I'm not quite sure how a man can sit on the pole, win the race, and his main competition finished 14th, and he's the one that lost it. I'm still yet to figure that out.
Tim Brown. Yeah.
Get his feelings hurt.
Yeah. He is a loose cannon.
Well, folks, it's Sunday, and it's a day of reflection for all of us, but especially for everyone at Bowman Gray Stadium last night. Burt Myers went out of his way to bump Tim Brown on his victory lap. Then he was completely outdone when Tim used profanity over the loudspeaker in front of nearly 20,000 race fans. You know, Gray, Saturday night, Tim, very heated in victory lane. Are there going to be penalties? I mean, Tim probably did something he shouldn't have done. We've got a packed grandstand. You know, what's the decision-making process?
You know, we told him last year when he was warned about the same circumstances. These guys are local heroes, whether they think they are or not, so they need to be careful. Tim's is going to be a difficult situation, and I think it's going to be something that we're going to have to make a statement so the other drivers will realize that we are family-oriented and we're going to be serious about it.
Are we talking loss of driver points? Are we talking fines? Are we talking
Suspension? I mean, Tim's currently leading our points, looking for championship number 8.
I mean, this could have huge implications on the season. Possibly.
Father, remind us this morning that you are there. You are there to help us. Ask yourself, do I have a quarrelsome, critical, judgmental spirit?
You know, everything happens for a reason. After I heard Tim's outburst on the PA, I started reflecting on my own actions. And maybe it'll help me to do better.
I dare say there are some individuals and churches who have brought shame and reproach upon the name of Christ.
Sure ass out of here.
Because of their unwillingness to work together.
Get out of here, man.
And their willingness to fight and quarrel, often over trivial issues.
I like Tim Brown, but Tim's outburst on the PA system, I was kind of shocked. I was probably carrying it a little bit too far.
Unity. That is what Christ wants for his church and his people.
I just got to hand it to the Lord. I can't blame everybody else for what's happened. I got my wife, I got my boys, I got my brother, I got my whole family behind me. I just got to pick everything up and go from here.
There's your bill sheet, 626. I'm trying to keep myself busy and keep my mind on work today because of the fact that I'm waiting on a penalty from NASCAR. Just trying to focus on my job here at hand. It kind of helps for the day to go by a little bit better because basically sit around the house all day Sunday worried about it. It makes for a pretty miserable time.
What do you see?
Oh, just looking, man, make sure we got you right.
You know what I love most about Tim is that, you know, he just wants to race. He just wants to race cars. How'd this weekend go?
It went all right.
You know, there's been a couple times when he's had a rough weekend at the track or got a little carried away in victory lane. You know, we just talk about the fact that this is a hard job.
Trying to win at 8 championships is pretty tough.
We're doing the same thing on 2 different levels. I'm owning cars and racing at the cup level and driving. His commitment is the same. He's all in. Nervous?
You don't get nervous anymore, do you?
I used to not get nervous, and then I started owning all this stuff, and then I started getting nervous again.
I got you. I got you.
I tell him sometimes when you're all in, you're a little bit on the edge because people got to understand that, you know, you've made a commitment to race this darn car. It's your life. You better maybe respect me because I'm a little bit on the edge about it all, you know? It's not easy. I hope it goes well.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. Since I was a little kid, I've been going to Bowman Gray Stadium and knew from the time I was old enough to know what a race car was that's what I wanted to do with my life. I grew up in shops with my grandpa working on race cars and honestly feel like I was molded into a racer from day one. The last couple of days, that's what's been weighing on my mind is I've dedicated my whole life to my racing career at Bowman Gray. This is a penalty that could actually change the direction of my racing career. It sucks. I'm ready to get it over with and find out what my fate is so I can move on.
Y'all heard anything on Tim Brown today?
I figured y'all had the scoop.
Well, I'm gonna say Gray's phone's been ringing off the hook this week.
People just want to know, what are you going to do? 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 The bottom line is Tim has been warned several times about his language on the microphone, and then the next time he gets a chance, he apologizes, and then the next time he gets upset, he does it again. I mean, the only way to make him stop is to do something that's going to hurt him.
I hate to see them take points on the fact that they've never done that before.
Yeah, if they take points and then you beat him, you'll never hear the end of it.
So what? I ain't got nothing to do with it. If Tim Brown runs his mouth and gets points taken away and I beat him, so what?
Well, I don't know what Gray's going to do, but whatever he does, I'm sure it'll be the right decision.
So let's get to work.
Hello?
Tim.
Yeah, man.
Hey, this is Gray. Told you I'd give you a call back.
Yeah.
You on your way home from work?
Yeah, actually.
I'm on 77 northbound, going to my race shop, but...
Is there any way you can run by the stadium for a few minutes?
Yeah, I can come by there.
Or how far away are you?
I can be there in about
35, 40 minutes or so.
Okay, I'll be around here. Just let me up.
All right.
Bye.
Well, folks, we've hit that point in the season where not only are the drivers and the teams breaking down, but so is the equipment. You know, it's actually not all that surprising that these teams have these race engines that aren't even designed to go a full 16-week season. Each of these teams actually have engines that are at various stages of rebuild, refresh, and being put together. But before any of them can be put into the race car, they've got to go through a very rigorous test before we can race them.
The motor we was running Saturday night finally blew up. Luckily, Brian got our new motor done this week. Before we put it in the car, we're going to test it out.
This is Jonathan Brown.
Hey, nice to meet you, bud. Nice to meet you.
He's going to be the protege running this engine we got here. So.
All right.
The dyno process basically just lets us fine-tune the engine before we put it in the car, make sure we're not going to have any, failures before we go through the trouble of bolting it in the car.
This dyno, what it's going to do is simulate being on a racetrack. We have a strain gauge that measures torque and horsepower. We can almost simulate exact race conditions.
We're outrunning a lot of guys that's got a whole lot better motor and a whole lot better equipment than we are, and I'm ready to, even the playing field up with this motor.
Okay, Jerry. I'm hearing a vacuum.
Pretty much we fired the motor up right off the bat. We noticed we had a vacuum leak. You kind of hear a whistle.
Okay, Jerry.
Most of the time, everybody thinks dyno, of just, tweaking horsepower, getting more power out of it, but it also helps, finding oil leaks, finding vacuum leaks like this. Definitely a benefit having it on the dyno today. Brian's a little funny in the stomach, he gets nervous before we run a new motor like this. He's playing with Puddin's money right now. That's a lot of money. If he messed something up, it's getting ready to show right here in just a minute when he pulls this thing wide open for the first time. Anything can happen. You could break a rod bolt, piston bust, drop a valve spring break. I mean, there's tons of things that can go wrong, when you pull it wide open for the first time. Hopefully you don't knock a big hole inside the motor.
There's no leaks. It sounds good. The oil looks good. And hey, it may blow the tires off. I don't know what it's going to do.
Good. It's a problem I'd like to have. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this thing does. I think we're going to go over there and everybody's going to be chasing us instead of 83.
Look, old dude's old Frank.
What y'all talking about?
We're just racing a little bit.
Well, I was down at the store. I heard old Tim Brown has got about 100 points to take away from. I ain't gonna.
That ain't true. I don't think they've done anything yet. I ain't heard nothing, but I know they ain't took 100 points. I think Tim's walking on eggshells right now, but everybody's luck runs out sometime.
You sitting there, you using the stands with me. How bad was it? Tim Brown is crazy.
He looked up there at Mama and said, "That was just racing, you know it." And Mama said, "No, it wasn't, you dirty driver," something or another. She starts saying, there's my mom having a conversation with Tim Brown over the intercom. That's two wrongs, and that don't make a right. He just gets so bent out of shape, he says, "You just bring Bert out here right now and I'll whoop his ass."
Oh, no, he didn't say that, did he?
But
Did he say that, sure enough?
He did. I understand somebody being a sore loser. But Tim's a sore winner. You know what I mean? If I won the race, I don't care if people start throwing stuff at me. You know what I mean?
If you ever won a race.
The last thing I'm gonna say is bring somebody out here, I'm gonna whoop their ass. You know what I mean?
I know it.
They put that microphone in his face and he jumps from being halfway decent to stupid. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just like crossing
Just like crossing that line right there. He jumps stupid like that.
I don't understand how certain drivers can show their ass time and time and time again, and nothing is ever said. Bert rammed Junior's car 4 or 5 times after a race one night and put people's lives in danger. They didn't dock him any points. They put him on probation for sakes, and all I said was ass on the intercom. And here I have got to take time to go by and sit down with Gray and discuss my penalty. This sucks. I think I need to take some anger management classes.
I don't understand Brownie can win the race and then get out of the car mad.
And get out of the car mad.
If I win, I'm happy.
You know, Brownie won a bunch of races, and I mean, you're happy when you win a race.
Yeah.
Somebody runs up and knocks you around.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the race is over. That's kind of like chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myers thinks he's the greatest race car driver in the world. To me, he's just a little punk that maybe he wants to be a Junior Miller. I don't know what he wants to be.
Bernie always says something stupid on the microphone, comes back next week and apologizes for it.
That guy will say so many good things. I mean, he'll say 10 good things and at the end say one bad thing.
Yeah.
Did he miss it all?
You're right.
Miss it all.
Yeah.
Could they make him sit out a race?
I can't see that, no more than he said on the microphone.
He said ass, and it, don't get me wrong, I'm not covering for me. It don't make it right.
Ass is a big-eared mule, and Bert falls right in that category.
Yeah.
Big ears and
Yeah.
a little bit stupid like a mule.
Yeah.
What do you think Brownie would have done if Bert would have come out there? Probably got in his car and drove off.
Bert wanted to come out there anyway.
Bert
I done said all my life, man, too sorry to work, ain't gonna fight.
You're right. I know that.
What is going to happen to Tim Brown? The whole town is talking about it. It seems like everybody's got an opinion, but it seems that opinion may be getting in the way of facts. The Bowman Gray rumor mill is churning faster than that 83 down the front straightaway. Is Tim getting suspended? Is Gray Garrison going to dock points? If so, how many points? 50 points? 100 points? Who knows? Whatever happens, we know for sure that this year's points championship will hang in the balance.
Gray Garrison from the stadium in NASCAR called me and said that they've decided on the penalty for me and they thought it'd be best if I actually came and met with Gray and sat down and talked about it. I've heard of a lot of drivers getting in a lot of trouble at the racetrack, but I've never actually heard of them having a sit-down meeting. So this afternoon, I'm going to find out the fate for my racing career.
Hey, Gray.
How are you? Tough day?
Stressed out, man.
Stressed. Well, you know, you ain't the only one that's been stressed.
Tim's passionate about what he does, which is good, but sometimes he lets his passion get a little out of control. We've warned him a couple of times about his language on the PA system. We do try to be a family venue, and somebody's got to enforce the rules, and I guess I'm the enforcer. I guess it stops with me. Let's come here, sit down and talk for a minute.
As I walk into the stadium, I'm really thinking the worst. You know, I'm pretty much sweating bullets at this point. It's real serious, you know. I may not step foot in this place again.
I want you to understand where we're coming from.
Like, can I start off?
Yeah, go ahead.
My whole team was victimized Saturday night by having Myers fans on the racetrack raising Cain at me in my victory lane celebration. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of that is what provoked what happened. You know, Bert hitting me on the backstretch after the race is some of what provoked what happened. And I know what I done was wrong. You know, it's just, I've dedicated my whole life to it, and you get caught up in it. You know, I'm very passionate about what I do, and I will always be very passionate about it. You know, I mean, I don't know how to control, like, when that's happening. You know, I mean, it's...
Yeah, but you're the only one that can control it. I mean, because you're the one that's saying the words and they're coming out of your mouth. I mean, there's no one else that can control it. How many kids you think were here Saturday night? And, you know, women, children, and people that look up to Tim Brown, you know? You're under a microscope. The whole track is under a microscope.
You have to know that I've dedicated my life to this place.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? And there ain't nothing that I like more than racing here in front of these 20,000 fans. And you could probably count on 3 fingers of times that I've done stuff that I regret doing, and Saturday night's one of the things that I regret. But Tim Brown don't do that unless he's provoked to do that.
Well, you've had the phone trees working, I know that. I mean, I've got calls from Daytona, calls at the house, calls at the office. The rumor mill's pretty rampant. I've heard you lost your ride, and I've heard this, and I've heard that. Point we want to get across here is just take a second. Take a deep breath and think about what you're going to say. I know you say there's people down there harassing you, the Myerses and fans and all this, but you've got to be better than them.
I know.
Am I making sense?
I understand.
Is it registered?
Yeah, I understand. I'm pretty smart.
Well, I wonder at times. I mean, you know, because last year we warned you, and I know you was going through a tough time last year about it.
It shouldn't have happened, and I understand that. And
I know we're not the cup level and we're not the upper levels, but in this little piece of the world, we're pretty big. You know? We're pretty big.
Passionate fans.
We do. We got some passionate fans. Well, we talked about it. This is the press release of what we're going to send out. If you want to look at it, you can look at it, or you can read it in the paper tomorrow.
I dang sure want to look at it.
Good morning, Winston-Salem. Bad Brad on the radio. WSJS 600 AM. We're talking racing with Bowman Gray Stadium's own Gray Garrison. Gray, tell us about Bowman Gray. You know, a lot of the folks don't know about the real history that surrounds what we know as the Glory Hole, the Bull Ring, the famed quarter mile.
It was basically started by my grandparents 61 years ago.
1948.
So we have third generations running the stadium. And I think one thing that makes it work is none of us do it for a living. So we just have that passion. It's kind of like the race drivers. They have the passion to race. We have the passion to put the show on, to make it the most exciting show that we can. You know, I lay awake at night. How can I get people out by 11 o'clock so they get home and go to church the next day? What can we do to fine-tune, to make it good? Keep it family-oriented, those type of things. So it's just the history of what we do.
Double checking everything here just because of nerves. Not knowing is killing me. Tonight we're waiting for Tim to show up. Our nerves are just wrecked.
I could tell there was a little tension in the room. I don't know if it was between everybody or just everybody being nervous what he might say.
It's just, it shouldn't be happening. My biggest fear, if Tim's docked points, is he might not come back. If it happens, I mean, morally, we're done as a team. We don't deserve this as a team. He doesn't deserve it as a driver.
Let's do this right rear shot, and we'll check our frame heights and put it on the scales. What we're working on is getting our frame heights back right after we make some spring changes, and just set the car back down the ground. You just shake the car real good, and shake it around, and it settles the car down. Get your frame height that way.
don't need to get hurt there now. You don't need to get hurt.
I'm glad Frank's helping me. He likes being my crew chief. I don't think Frank wants to deal with all the drama at Bowman Gray Stadium anymore. It's a soap opera. Bowman Gray is supposed to be a family atmosphere, but I always said the gates of hell will have BG on the top of them for Bowman Gray because it'll bring out the worst in anybody. Saturday's your birthday. I'm going to win this race for you, Frank.
Who would ever thought 25 years ago that I'd be sitting here today working on your car trying to help you win a race?
Not a lot of people would have thought that 10 years ago. But everybody knows when they're going to a modified race in the South, they're going to have to outrun one of the Flemings, if not both of them.
It's been pretty much that way for a long time.
When Frank and I quit driving, we'll probably definitely on a team together. Fleming's going to be around a long time, Lord willing.
We're getting ready to have a little powwow. I just want to get all the guys together and explain to them the situation. I don't want you interrupting me and say I know, or I just want you to listen.
You just start running your mouth. That's fine. Go.
Officials have penalized Tim Brown as a result of his comments made on the PA system after the July 18th win at Bowman Gray Stadium. Brown has been placed on probation for the remainder of the 2009 Bowman Gray Stadium season.
No points?
Just probation. I mean, I would never have dreamed that it would have just been probation.
I was relieved that that was the extent of our punishment for what we done wrong, what I done wrong. A lot of it's my fault. And when I watch the internet, it's pretty embarrassing. You know what I mean? And it's not just embarrassing to me, it's embarrassing to all y'all. I mean, we're better than that. I seen Tony jumping up on the tire and antagonizing the crowd, and I seen Ben telling our team to shut up. And I'm thinking to myself, man, we're a bunch of freaking idiots. If we're fortunate enough to win this week, they want us to march right out there and not look at the fans, take our pictures and say thanks to our sponsors and our crew, and walk right straight back off without taunting the fans and acting like a bunch of hooligans till all this is settled.
That's fine.
I know it's fine. That's how it is.
But here's another thing I need.
No, I don't want to hear another thing. I don't want to hear another thing. It's how it is.
I know that. Me and Tim don't normally see eye to eye. I was trying to do crowd control, and it backfired on me. You don't understand what I'm saying.
No, I don't, because I'm trying to talk here and you keep talking. I want you to just listen to what I'm saying. Ignore all of them.
Okay.
Okay? I don't care if 20,000 of them come down there. Ignore them. When it gets carried away like Saturday night, then you need to kind of quit that, because it can get out of hand. You know, there's 20,000 of them. There's only 10 of us. We're kind of outnumbered. Y'all acted out of line.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's all I want to hear.
You got it.
Try to be more professional. I was way out of line. I done way worse than y'all did, but it's up to me to control y'all, and it's up to the stadium to control me. I need help from y'all to keep me calm down. We got to just do better. You know, I think they understand, and I definitely understand that for myself and my team and my sponsors and my fans, I've got to act better as a driver, as a person. All aside, man, I can't do this without y'all. You know what I mean? Honestly, I love you guys like family. I can't do this without every one of you. And I need y'all's support to help me be a better person, not a better race car driver. I got the race car driving part of it, but I need y'all's help to be a better person. I just wanted my guys to know that I love and care about them, and I need all those people to know that I'm behind them and support them.
See you. Where's yours at?
Hope you feel better.
Bowman Gray Stadium has issued a press release announcing Tim Brown's punishment for arguing and cursing with Burt Myers fans last week after his win. Tim Brown really lost his temper, and things got pretty ugly between Tim and the fans. So Bowman Gray has placed Tim Brown on probation for anything that he says over the PA.
All right, fans, it's race day here at the famed quarter mile. We'd like to hear from you today. Tim Brown, is he a fighter or is he a racer?
NASCAR gives them a license to drive cars thinking that they are capable of controlling their emotions. I understand you get emotional, but they should be able to control them a lot better. They're supposed to be professionals and handle themselves a lot better than that.
Ever since I've been going over, and I've been going over for 50-some years, the Myerses has always had a rivalry going with somebody and cry like a crybaby if something's done to them.
Getting ready for Bud Polk qualifying for the Farm Bureau Insurance Modifieds for their 25 lap event here tonight. First car out. Number 83 is Tim Brown. Three-time Farm Bureau Insurance Modified champion, number 1, Burt Myers.
Tell me what he runs. What I run, a 4.3, 44. He just smoked us, didn't he?
Right now we're sitting second. Burt Myers is on the pole. We'll go out here and finish, watch the qualifying, and see where we end up at.
In Tucson, S&R Motor Company, number 53, Jonathan Brown.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about the new motor. My main thing is I'm here to make a statement at night.
Well, something good. Well, that sucked. Sounded like the motor flooded.
It wasn't a great show, and we didn't qualify good. You know, it was just total disappointment. Me and the crew had worked all week on this qualifying setup, and it's pretty much a waste of time.
That was a joke.
Next up, about every number 13, Chris Fleming.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he's trying too hard because I'm helping him a wad, but and we're chasing. We just keep fighting, and we still might find something. We've got about 4 or 5 weeks here.
Slid through the wall backwards again.
Still?
Yeah. I qualified terrible. It was my usual thing.
Come right here and jack it. Let's put on 4 jack stands.
So Brownie's going to be scared not running off in there because he thinks Burt's going to do something.
Burt may return the favor, Daniel, which I didn't see Brownie do nothing.
No, Brownie didn't do nothing.
Tonight, Burt Myers in the 1 car outrun us for the pole. Last week, I was on the pole and Burt was second. We got together going into 1. So it's probably going to be pretty exciting first lap tonight. He'll probably have a little payback for me from last week.
Picking up the Bud Pole for the first 25 lap event tonight. Second Bud Pole of 2009, Burt Myers.
I was just listening to what Burt had to say. I figured he'd probably bash me a little bit from last week.
I'll tell you what, the horsepower was on display, especially that first lap.
Yeah, we ran in the corner down here and we had a little contact, but
Listen.
you know, I've learned over here a long time ago, you count your blessings, not your problems.
Second pole of 2009 for Burt Myers.
It always is.
Even though I'm behind Tim in the points, with the momentum we got right now and the way the car's running right now,
See him waiting on me, go to him.
I think if anything, I might have Tim rattle just a little bit.
What's up, man?
There's a lot of anticipation on what might happen or what won't happen.
1, 2, 3, take!
But I'm a racer. I'm going to try to win the race.
It's time now.
Yeah.
It's serious. It's a deal where you'd ace, and Tim's on the outside tonight. Whatever goes, goes.
I mean, just face it, Burt can't run with Tim Brown. There's only 2 ways he can outrun Tim Brown. He can play mind games with him, or he can knock him out of the race.
We're just going to strap in right here and go win us a race. If somebody takes us out, we'll worry about that when that happens.
You know, if I know Tim, he's pretty worried about Burt. When you ask him, he'll say he's not, but you can see it in his eyes. He's worried.
Gentlemen, start your engine. What a track race it was last week, although the roles are reversed. Starting second on the outside, number 83, it's Tim Brown.
I can beat him in the corner and get going. We beat him. You're the man, buddy. You're the man.
And picking up his second Bud Pole of 2009, 3-time Farm Bureau Insurance Modified champion. Number 1, it's Burt Myers.
When the time comes, return the favor, I think. Like I told you last week, John Boy, I got a good feeling this start is going to be right interesting. You know what I mean? That's a Big 10 form. not going to pay cars out. Next time by, we are going racing. Jimmy, remember what we talked about? Show what you got to do. Show what you got to do, man. 10-4.
I'm a better race car driver than Burt Myers. I know I've got a lot faster car than Burt, so yeah, I definitely think I could beat him.
Are you ready? Go, 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 go! Come on, buddy. Come on. Clear low. Good job, buddy.
But I ain't stupid. I'm not going to let Burt wreck me and tear me up and cost me the championship over one race.
Burt Myers won the drag race to the south turn. He's your leader. Tim Brown in second.
I wouldn't call him a smart racer, but he's a good points racer. And I think that Tim is probably willing to sacrifice a win just to get second place points.
Go, get it going, get it going, get it going.
Frank wants me to be successful, and I want to win for him.
Tag, you can beat him. Tag.
So I've got to step up to another level, because at this point in the season, I feel like I let him down.
Get outside, go hard, Tag. Whoa, slow down. Chris, you okay?
Multi-car incident. Chris Fleming sitting stationary at the exit.
Hey, boss, you all right? You all right, boss?
The 31 and the 13, wrecked right there. May be hurt. That car is tore all to hell.
Andy, you all right, boss? Andy, you okay? Andy.
Oh, this will take a while. The barrel's uprooted.
I'm trying to get your helmet loose, Oh, God. I think you broke my rib.
Well, folks, Bowman Gray is at a standstill. Even with all the cussing and fighting, when one of their racing brethren is seriously injured, everybody prays for the best. You know, it happens in a flash, and at the Madhouse, emergency personnel are always ready. The track will get cleared, and the race will go on. But everybody's wondering, how is Chris Fleming?